Hi everyone, Esme here, and in today's video we're going to discuss the Starchild Tarot. Now, the deck you see before you is the 2014 edition. This was the first printing that was made available to the public outside of Kickstarter. As you can see, the box has a lot of pattern and a lot of color, and that's what I was actually drawn to. We have different sides, but it still says "We are all stardust on the inside," which is one of my favorite sayings. So let's get to the cards, just in case you wanted to see the back. And a guidebook. So in this deck, there are some changes to the names of the major arcana. I've pulled out the Modern Witch Tarot to show you what the differences are. So to begin with, as you can see, the Fool, which is the normal Rider-Waite-Smith naming, is now called the Starseed. And the Starseed has no number on it. The next change is the Hermit. It's called Serenity in the Starchild Tarot. As you can see here, the Hanged One is now called Perspective. Also, Death is now called Transformation. The Devil is called Oppression. The Tower is called Awakening. And also, the Pentacles are now crystals. Let's take a look at the rest of the deck. Here you see the Magician, the Chariot, the Lovers, the Hierophant. This card is like Marmite. Some people love it and some people hate it. The Emperor, the Empress, the High Priestess. This is another one that has people triggered. Justice. I love this card. It's so beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Temperance. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. Both of these are great cards. The Sun. I actually really like the cards without the people. This is really nice. The World. Two of Crystals. Three of Crystals. Four of Crystals. Five of Crystals, another one of my favorites. And there's little animals in each of the moons. Six of Crystals. I'm loving the color in the background. Seven of Crystals. Eight of Crystals. Nine of Crystals. 10 of Crystals. Aren't these beautiful together? Page of Crystals. Knight of Crystals. Queen of Crystals. King of Crystals. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. I think one of the criticisms that this deck receives is that there isn't a lot of diversity, and there also isn't a lot of, and when I say diversity, what I really mean is you don't see very many different ethnicities. You don't see very many genders. You don't see anybody of older age at all. So that might be something to consider, because this is a pricier deck because it's independent. It's of good quality, but it might bug you that everybody is kind of model perfect. Seven of Swords. And one of the problems I do have is when it's rose petal, even though it feels wonderful, sometimes it's a little sticky. Maybe sticky is not the right word, but it doesn't just glide with ease, I should say. Ten of Swords. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. That's beautiful. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. King of Wands. Ace of Cups. It's interesting how there's crystals in here. I actually really quite like that. I wonder if it's talking about, you know, the melding of emotions and earth and knowingness. It's a very beautiful card. Two of Cups. Three of Cups. I also really like this one too. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. I think, and I'm noticing this, I have not worked with this yet. This is a newer deck for me, but I'm noticing that I really love the cards without the people. Not that there's anything wrong with the people. I mean, this is a beautiful person and a beautiful card, but this is just mysterious, and I think I like that. Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. And King of Cups. So another aspect I wanted to discuss was the guidebook, because I thought the guidebook was really helpful. It was written by Danielle Noel, who also created the images, and I feel like she gave you a very quick understanding of her system, of the tarot system, the Starseed system, and what you can expect. So she's got information on your higher self and what that means. Sorry. She's got a good introduction. She's got an intro on your higher self, healing with the tarot. She also has reading the Starchild Tarot, cleansing your cards, internal forces. Sorry, I'm reading this upside down. How to shuffle. One thing to note is that she suggests shuffling hand over hand, not riffle shuffling, but I actually did that just now, and it actually shuffled really nicely. I found that the hand over hand shuffling was a little bit clunky. Asking of the cards, what do reverse cards mean, and additional guidance, and tarot spreads. I thought they were great. About starseeds, what is a starseed? And then she's got different tarot spreads, the past, present, future, the Celtic cross, but she also has the starseed spread. And then she talks about the cards, the major arcana, and it's actually really good information, and the minor arcana. And then she breaks down the minor arcana into their elements and explains about the elements as well. She also talks about the court cards and what they mean, and then the characteristics of the wands as fire elements, and the characteristics of cups, the characteristics of crystals, the characteristics of swords, and then the intro to the crystals and what why it's the crystals and not the pentacles. And then it starts into the major arcana, in which you get a black and white image, the message, some more additional meanings, and what it means reversed. And what's good is that you know what she means by a reversal message in the intro. And this is for all of the major arcana. And then for the minor, because this is what gets me, is when they don't do anything for the minors. But in the minors, she has something similar. We don't have an image, but we do have a message. We do have who it might represent and what it means reversed. Let's see, what's another one? Oh, so here's the two. So here's another one, Two of Wands. It's a message, the additional meaning, and what it means reversed as well. So she has that for all of the suits. All of the cards. And then when you get to the end, she has, what is this? So in the end, then she has the models who were in the book. Who were in the cards. And there's quite a few of them. And then you could check them out where you want to. And then a thank you, and then about her, which is actually a good read as well. I thought the book was actually quite helpful, quite interesting. It was good to have because you understand where this deck is coming from. Also, this cover is actually the same rose petal finish as it is on the cards. Well worth it. I also wanted to show you what the Starchild Tarot looks like next to the Starseed Oracle. Now, the Starchild Tarot is written and created solely by Danielle Noel, where the Starseed Oracle is written by Rebecca Campbell and the artwork is by Danielle Noel. I also wanted to show you what the Starchild Tarot looks like next to the Starseed Oracle. Now, the Starchild Tarot is written and created solely by Danielle Noel, where the Starseed Oracle is written by Rebecca Campbell and the artwork is by Danielle Noel. So to start, they have completely different finishes. So this is it's a glossy, not glossy, I would say it's a satin finish, very flexible, very smooth, where this is a rose petal finish and it's a thicker card weight. Also, I wanted to show you the size. They are actually, the Starchild Tarot is actually the same size as the Starseed Oracle. So let's take a look at how they pair together. One of my favorite ways to read the tarot is to actually include oracle cards. And I wanted to see how these two work together because they're by the same artist. So let's take a look at a few of the cards. One thing I like with this is that the cards are the same size. So it'll fit evenly on whatever surface that you put it on to read. Let's flip through. One thing to note, this is where the silkiness of the oracle card is different from the rose petal finish of the tarot because this is easier to maneuver than this is. But I do like the way these look together. This is Child of the Future. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. And this is the Six of Wands. The High Priestess, the empathic starseed. The Cosmic Heart, the Magician. I'm actually really liking how these two are working together. I feel like you see similar color palette elements in the Starseed Oracle as you do with the Starchild Tarot, at least the original one I have. I know there's the Akashic Records Starchild Tarot, and sorry, I don't know why it's a tongue twister for me. And that one I think probably matches this perfectly. I could be wrong though. Let me know your thoughts. There's a few more. Seven of Crystal, Earth Pulsing. Eight of Swords, big picture thinking. I mean, wow, these cards look like they are meant to be together. Page of Swords, water your garden. And then we have the Lovers and Fall into My Arms. This is when I love mixing Oracle and Tarot cards together. And what really helps is when they have a similar theme or similar color palette, because this just creates a whole story on its own. And this was perfectly random, although nothing is ever random, right? I'm just like pulling mixed cards and mixed cards. So, 8 of Crystals and Lost Lands. It's amazing how these colors are working together. So I recommend maybe if you have the Starchild Tarot that you look into the Starseed Oracle. And one last one, the Sun and Baby Steps. I mean, the color palettes match so nicely. Wow. I thought I would pull 2 cards, one Oracle and one from the tarot deck, and that way we could just see how it actually reads if you were to have it. So let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, from the Starchild Tarot, we have the Knight of Swords. And from the Starseed Oracle, we have Beneath the Cosmos. So let's look up the Knight of Swords and see what this book says. Knight of Swords. Ambitious, capable, energetic, self-determined, and naive. The message. You have clear intentions, and your eye is on the prize. It may feel as though nothing can stop you now, and that the world is full of possibilities. It is, however, important that you make a clear plan for those necessary steps in order to reach your goal. Do not move too hastily or rush at this time, or else you may find that you will be regretful in the future. It is important to take your time and find balance in all things, mind, body, spirit. And it says people. An extremely enthusiastic, assertive individual who is both intelligent and energetic. They are ready to take any necessary steps in order to manifest their desires, which can sometimes make them come off as hasty or impulsive, if they are not aware of any potential challenges along the way. A minor lack of foresight, but great determination in achieving what they want. Reversed, a sense of impatience or impulsivity. The Knight of Swords reversed is indicative of the mind that races at 100 miles a minute with an endless flow of energy. Even though there are plans, ideas, and aspirations, there is a need for organizational and planning. This card may also indicate a state of rebelliousness and naive risk-taking. Life experience through making one's own mistakes may be a necessary evil in this case. Interesting. Okay, let's read the Breath of the Cosmos. Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. When we rely on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resistance to the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our own personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little, you find yourself living your most full, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you'll find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. Starseed activation. Place this card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I'm willing to stop relying on my own strength and personal agenda and instead surrender to the breath of life. Dear God, help me move from my will to thy will. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Well, I would say, no matter what your belief system is, I think these cards are telling you Take time. Let things flow. Follow the energy where it leads you. No need to push. No need to hurry. And that enthusiasm and energy has its place to move forward as part of manifestation, but also allow there to be universal help as well. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you would like to see any other walkthrough videos from me, please take a look at one of my recent videos of my haul, and then you can see all the other decks that I have. And don't forget to subscribe. Sorry if I already said that, I can't remember. And until then, have a great day. See you next video.